Callum, thanks for your time. A few days after the wonderful result on Friday night, thanks for popping through.
No problem.
We're just going to have a wee chat about you're almost 5 months at the club now.
I don't know how long, but it's gone quick, hasn't it? It's gone quick anyway.
I want to take you back to Christmas Day in the Davidson household. Was there a conversation about a job in Glasgow you quite fancied?
I don't know if Christmas Day is much of a football day at the household. Try to avoid it. No, I think obviously the job was obviously available at the point, and it was, looking at jobs and but what jobs did excite you and what ones you thought was a really good challenge. It definitely was up there on the list, so yeah, it wasn't a conversation I had to wait for a phone call. At one point, obviously didn't think it was going to happen. Then got the phone call, and then here we are today. So for me it's been pretty good. Really enjoyed it, and challenges along the way like every club and every sort of job you have. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed, maybe not the Christmas Day conversation, but the one's probably just after that.
Quite good timing. I think there was a game against Dundee United on a Friday night, which was a goalless draw, and there was a 2-1 win over Dunfermline under Paul. And those 3 points that Paul picked up in that final game were quite important. Massive,
huge in the end. I think, watched both games actually. Watched both games live. I thought, Paul he actually changed their back five. I think it was against Dunfermline. And I think against Dundee United as well, he changed the system a little bit, when he basically helped lads get result, and gave me a little foothold into what I could do quite quickly when I got here. He probably assessed it as well a little bit, what he thought was the best kind of way forward, and I just obviously tried to carry it. Well, I knew what I was going to do anyway after I assessed the squad pretty quick. Yeah. And then we just moved forward.
And you brought Sean Welsh in the first week, and he scored in his debut in your first game as well, so a pretty good start.
That's not a bad start, isn't it? It's not a bad day. I didn't actually bring him in to score goals. I did say that to him after I brought him in. Obviously, I just felt through the team, a really young team, probably a little bit naive in defending, and I thought a lot of the game, I think Callum was producing save after save after save, so I wanted to get Callum's work a little bit quieter, and Sean was obviously knew he was available. Delighted when I got him. That bit of experience sometimes it's needed. And I think he's been, if you ask me, probably who my key signing's been. Sure. That'd be Sean. And I think he just helps settle everybody down, and I think his attitude on the training pitch, in the dressing room, that type of thing, has been excellent, and something for the young boys to follow.
We'll move on from his sending off in the next game against Ayr, where he was really unfortunate, if
yes.
I recall that one. Then went up to Inverness. Dom cut in for the wing and scored a winner up at Inverness, and then the following week went to Dunfermline, won 3-0 with 3 great second half goals. Could you feel something building at that time?
Yeah, I think so. I think when you look back at it, actually, we hadn't really, I think you talked about the Dunfermline game, the previous one. I think that was the first one in 3 months.
Yeah.
It was really hard as a group of players to actually come around and to try and turn that confidence around. Trying to give them a structure, trying to give them something. You always come in, you're looking for like a quick hit. What can you do to try and change the fortune? I came in, I saw that it was a good group of players, a group of hungry players, young, but I thought, there's opportunities here, and guys like Dom, Rory, with Welsh in there, I think we knew we had a little chance. I think you don't realise how important that first game at Wraith was, sort of to build that little bit of momentum, that shift in confidence, and football's all about that. I feel it's about positivity, it's never about negative thoughts, and those results were massive, and I thought the Dunfermline game was, especially second half, it was one of the best performances of the season.
There was a goalless draw against Morton. We then went up to Dundee United, and at that stage Danny Wilson was in, and Killian had been added as well. And I know it was a 3-1 defeat at Tannadice, but a lot of people left that day, well, it's not a bad performance.
Yeah, probably I was one of them as well. I think sometimes I don't mind playing games, and probably come to a game that I didn't particularly enjoy, but I don't mind playing games that we actually perform well. We try and do the right things, we try and score, we try and create things, we play with tempo, and that was one of those games. I actually thought the Morton game, I know we struggle a wee bit against Morton.
As I told you that
you told me that. Thanks for that. But I knew we struggled, so I thought the Morton game was a real physical test, and it showed me a little bit of the character that we had. We managed to sort of bring to the team. In the Dundee United game, I thought performance levels, we got the goal. I thought Dundee United started really well for 10-15 minutes, and then we came really strong into the game, and we just got done the counter-attack. I think obviously losing the goal just before half-time.
You weren't happy with that goal? Was that the corner?
Yeah, it was a corner. So I think it's little things. I think he walks through defenders to get there, and that little thing we talked about, that kind of solidity. Sometimes we're a wee bit fragile that way, and if you go into the game in that half, 1-0 up or 1-1, it's a different story. It's a different second half. But again, performance levels, their heads never dropped. And rightly so, Dundee United were the best team in the league. They're proven over the season to be it, and I did see a little bit of quality in their team that's sometimes hard to cope with.
We then moved into a midweek game, Arbroath at home, and at that stage Arbroath were probably in bottom place, but Queen's Park were catchable, and a very emphatic 6-0 victory that night. Yeah,
definitely. I don't think people realise also where we were in the league. Well, a lot of us do. Sorry, I'll take that back. A lot of us do know where we were in the league. So I think it was a really funny league this year, because we had some brilliant performances, some great results, and I look at the table and I think, Christ, we're still 9th or we're 8th. And I think sometimes in games at half time we were 5th, then we lost a goal, and then we dropped to 9th.
One goal could move you.
So I think it was really, and you look at the end of obviously the table at the end, what we'll touch on is so tight. So yeah, I think obviously it was a big game for us. It was a huge game, vitally important. Hampden find it a wee bit difficult to create momentum, tempo. A great place to play your football. Again, at certain times it's difficult with pitches. So it's not. I wouldn't say, people keep saying to me the pitch is big, but it's just the same. It's just a big pitch. I think it's just more the surroundings rather than the pitch itself. So it was really important we had to create a tempo with a slight change of tactics. Obviously we put Callum up front with Rory, we played 2 up top, and sometimes the coach and manager, you make changes and they work, and you're delighted. And I thought that day, especially first half,
they knitted together really well, didn't they?
I thought the whole group were fantastic, and the formation, the way we played it, we attacked with purpose, we caused them all sorts of problems.
Okay, that's probably a perfect point to end this part of the discussion.